You're watching Masters in Trading Live with Jonathan Rose.
Hey guys, it's Jonathan. Thanksgiving week. Normally one of the slowest weeks of the year, but we're on here each day. Market's actually moving quite a bit. Something really weird is happening. It looked like all the major indices dropped down to their 100 period moving average, and together they all bounced. So all the major moving averages got down to the 100 period moving average, something we don't see very often, but not one, not two, but they all bounced. We're going to look at the charts. You can tell a lot if you take a step back and look at the big picture. Now, I am not someone who's dependent on technical analysis, but I absolutely do follow 100 period moving averages, 200 period moving averages on the biggest indices. Why? Because the world follows those. So that's why we need to follow them as well. So I got the chat up, guys. Welcome everybody. Love that everybody joined. We're rallying a little bit. VIX is risk, not the VIX, is coming out of the market. So I got a whole bunch of charts to go through. I got the chat open. So thanks everybody for joining. Let's, the schedule for this week. We're going to be live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We are going to be off Thursday and Friday of this week. Enjoy Thanksgiving with the family. We are back on Monday. Again, all the Investor Place offices are going to be closed Thursday and Friday. We will be delivering a Masters in Trading Live Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week. Market's not moving too much, so we'll find some fun things to do. All right, with all that being said, let's go to the screen. Okay, if you have not yet to take the challenge, guys, investorplace.com/challenge 2025. It's where I absolutely believe that anybody can learn how to trade options in 7 days or less. SPY. I shared this on Friday. This is monthly of the SPY. Monthly, very, very supportive, guys. Monthly highs, monthly lows are so unbelievably strong. November gets down to pretty much the same exact level as October and then bounced. Okay. The markets hit the line and respect it. Lynn, welcome. Lynn just joined the challenge. Welcome, Lynn. Again, it's under $100. I can teach anybody how to trade options. And then once you learn how to trade options, I have a hunch you'll stay around for some more. So we're going to go over each one of these. The Qs, the SPY, Russell, the Dow. Okay, what do we got? We got tech stocks, S&P 500, Russell 2000, the minis, and then the 30 Dow stocks. Each one, I'm going to pull up a bigger chart so we can see. First one, Dow. Now, I look at the Dow just looking at the futures /YM. Now, these lines on here, guys, and I'm going to go through each chart. The blue is just the 100 period moving average. The pink is a 200 period moving average. I'm looking at a daily. What is a moving average, guys? It's just the average of the last 100 bars. But you can see on the Dow, we get right to that key level. Now, why do these levels matter? Well, markets, in my very strong opinion, don't like to stay around big numbers. When the market gets to these 100 and 200 period moving average, oftentimes it's get away from those numbers. Is it going to be strong? Is it going to be weak? Right down, got down to it, 45,920. We're still kind of close, only 700 points away from there, but you can see the Dow gets right down to that 100 period moving average. The next one, Qs. QQQ is the NASDAQ, right? Again, look common sense. Markets do not like to stay around big numbers. Okay, it's something that I believe in my heart. Look, whenever it gets down here, major, we gap above here, 588. We bounced. Last trade, 602. Key numbers to watch. So what do we have? We have the Dow. We have the Qs bouncing. Next one. S&P 500. SPY. Bounce with me, bounce with me. 653.41. Last trade, 667. Once again, markets. They don't like to stay around big numbers, right? And then finally, IWM. IWM is the weakest of all the major indices. IWM is still holding, or shall we say, barely holding its 100 period moving average. So what does this tell us? Well, I'll tell you what it tells me. It tells me that they're all supported by the 100 period moving average. The first one that loses support, if there's follow through, I bet you the other ones are going to go down, find that 100 period moving average, and have a tough time holding it as well. Because all four held, obviously really strong, but be careful when one of them starts to give way. Let's look at some other markets though. TLT. Oh my God, the investorplace.com/challenge 25. If you haven't tried this, get in there. TLT. Here's the TLT. TLT doesn't respect the 100 and 200 period moving average as much as the indices, right? And why do I say that? Well, the indices bounce every single time. TLT, not bouncing so much. 88.48 is the key line that I'd watch for the TLT. Oh, that's cute. What about oil? What about oil? Whenever the market starts moving a ton, I always like to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. That's what we're doing right now. We're looking at the bigger picture, seeing where the markets are relative to their 100 and 200 period moving averages. Here's oil. Oil is just absolutely crushed. That is going to be some support down here for oil. These weekly lows, I guess, 55.96. Oil looks bad. Oil just looks really, really weak. I am not bullish oil, but it's really interesting just how it just feels defeated. 5 years back, under 100, under 200, pretty much just sitting on its lows. Oil looks kind of crappy. What else we got? That's cute. Okay, now I want to get into some of the bigger names, because just like we did with the indices, let's go through the major tech names. Goog. Here's your winner, guys. Who's winning the AI battle? There's your winner right there. Look at what Google's doing. We're going to look at what everything else is doing. ChatGPT just came out and said we are concerned with Google and their new AI. Here's what Google looks like. Watch what happens when we go through the other big names. Oh, that's cool. Here we go. Amazon, NVIDIA. We'll go through each one. Microsoft and Tesla. Why are we doing this? Whenever the market makes big moves, we want to take a step back and look at bigger picture. Google is winning. Google is strong. Amazon. Amazon strong, holding up, right? Going back 5 years. Boom. NVIDIA. These are weekly. Let's go back to the dailies. We'll go back a little bit. What do I have? Amazon first. There you go. Amazon. 214, 200 period moving average. 227, 100 period moving average. That's going to be your line in the sand right there for Amazon, guys. 100, 200. It is at a key inflection point right now. Obviously, you could see quite a bit more weakness in Amazon relative to something like Google. Amazon looks kind of weak. NVIDIA. NVIDIA pulling back. NVIDIA pulls back to its 100 period moving average. It has not done this since the beginning of 2025. I would think that we're going to see some support at 180 right here. 152. If it can't hold, it probably go down and get, but I am bullish NVIDIA. And then I'm also bullish Tesla. Tesla dropping down to its 100 period moving average. Again, there's just so much strength in tech. All of the name pulling back for the first time in a while. Probably a pretty good buy right down here as well. So when the markets start moving a lot, guys, that's when we want to look for opportunity. And that's what we use. Opportunity in these 100 period moving averages, 200 period moving average. And then also what we use quite a bit is our expected move tools. Expected move tools. Let's see. QQQ. The strongest is Google, though. Google looks great. Strong market, guys. It is. I just feel like it's a strong market. I know the market's pulled back a little bit, but that VVIX has really, really come out of the market, which makes me think that we will be back into rally mode. Okay, what I always do now, guys, is I hop off for our all access. What I'm going to do, though, is because we shared a trade in our advanced notice community this morning. So what I'm going to do right now is we're going to get off with the free. We're going to stay on with everybody in all access. Then we'll clip that, send that out to advanced notice. But we're going to go over the healthcare trade that we shared this morning in our advanced notice community. If you have any questions, guys, try the challenge. The challenge is the way to get inside. investorplace.com/challenge 2025. It is the ideal week for the challenge too, because the market's so slow. You can just come in there and absorb all of that lovely education. Okay? Check it out. Everybody in all access, you guys hang tight. We'll be right back. Hey guys, hopping back on.